get to the 411 in just a moment, but you'll be thankful when it's over. That's the silver lining we tell ourselves as we navigate through the necessary inconvenience of road construction. But the light at the end of the tunnel, or the street, looks pretty dim for some downtown Boise businesses. With the last 18 months of road work and skyline additions, all of that keeps causing problems. Getting from point A to point B, already problematic. But what about when you get to point B and you find you are competing not just with customers, but contractors for the limited number of downtown parking spots? It's pushed some downtown business owners toward that thankful end, earlier than expected. Thankful for the end of their lease, that is, so they can leave the downtown core. Here's Andrew Bartline.
Opening a small business in the downtown core is a lifelong dream.
So I did create Baby Blues in Pink 3 years ago, yeah.
But Shauna says the timing
That's what I'm dealing with.
created a nightmare.
Yeah, every day. I could have never imagined COVID, only to have this happen. 18 months of buildings surrounding us being built. The roads torn up and no parking.
Meaning fewer customers.
There were cranes overhead, the building was shaking.
And fewer sales.
About 40%.
It's a common word on the street.
Kind of had got to the point where they couldn't make their appointments because they couldn't find parking.
And the city can't find answers.
You know, one response to every 5 emails.
Kevin Chapman owns Foot Dynamics, and he's keeping track of the wheels that seem to stop rolling.
The other day I had a picture I emailed to the mayor's office of 2 vehicles parked in front of our business from 9:30 to 5:30, which was when I came in and when I left. They got a ticket, and outside of that they could park there all day.
And they are. The city wrote Kevin and Shauna in an email, quote, "We can ticket and enforce. We are not able to restrict who uses the public meters if they're paying users."
Just the other day, the one handicap parking we have here, someone parked there in their big work truck all day. There was 2 tickets on that. But it doesn't help the issue.
So what's the next step? There just has never been the next step. I do not blame any of the employees for parking in any of these spots because they have to park somewhere, but nobody's given them anywhere to park. And to me, that's the city.
But to Shauna,
Last-ditch effort
there's another authority in mind.
is to write a letter to Governor Brad Little. I'm writing to you on behalf of the small business owners in downtown Boise. We are in desperate need of help as it seems we have no rights or protection whatsoever. My hope is that something good can come from this, even if I don't make it through. I personally would be forever grateful if you can help us. There has to be something or someone that can help us.
Eventually, the bad dream will end.
We have 2 years left on this lease.
It just depends whether or not the business makes it out too.
All I can sit down here and do is worry if I'm gonna make it another month through this.
Foot Dynamics now has a branch open in Meridian. That was a direct response to the downtown construction. Kevin says his customers in Meridian regularly say they choose to go to that location because they are not willing to go downtown anymore and fight for parking. As for answers, the latest email from the city to those 2 business owners, Brian, essentially said you can buy reserved parking at parking garages or other lots around town. We're happy to get you in touch with the people to do that. That is not an answer that seems to satisfy those business owners.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I guess the story, or the part I take from this story is I can park in a parking space downtown, I get a ticket, and I can just leave it there for the rest of the day. I'm only gonna get 1 ticket for that space, for that day. Is that what I'm to understand?
There was somebody in that handicap spot that got 2 tickets, and maybe it's
Maybe.
because it's handicapped, you can get another one. I'm not sure, but realistically, it seems that they'll get a ticket, but then they'll be there for 8 hours, and it's maybe that's worth the $20.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's worth a shot to write a letter to the governor, but as we've learned, he's all about local control. So this will probably have to be handled on the Boise end. Anyway, thanks, Andrew.